Hatem Bazian is a lecturer at the University of California, Berkeley, and he joins me now from Berkeley. I'm wondering, in practical terms, will these confidence-building measures by Israel likely lead to any change in terms for people living in the occupied territories?
I think the change will be very, very tangential and limited. These are intended to just provide some relief valve of pressure with the economic package of 32 million, give or take, the work permits and the residency. All these are symbolic acts that do not come into any changes on the ground relative to the Palestinians. More importantly, Gantz's meeting with Abbas actually focused heavily on security cooperation and also putting the Abbas Palestinian Authority on to put more pressure on snuffing out and limiting the resistance that have taken place and intensifying all over the West Bank. So this was an economic meeting to facilitate the military security cooperation at this critical juncture inside the occupied territories.
We did see strong reaction to this meeting, including anger on both sides. But is it at least encouraging that we are seeing this dialogue?
I am not much hopeful of a dialogue that is not really tethered to a structural aspect of international relations, a recognition of United Nations resolutions, and Israel taking its responsibility as an occupying power. We've been through this back and forth confidence-building measures. Confidence-building measures absent a commitment to end the occupation is basically a public relations that prolongs the occupation and the suffering of the Palestinians. So I'm not a person that gives much stake in this process of confidence-building measures at this point, because we've been through it many, many, many times without actually putting any pressure on Israel to alter the reality. The settlements are expanding. The pressure on the Palestinians is expanding. Demolitions of homes continues unabated, and the limitation on Palestinians' future aspirations have not been altered one iota with this type of meeting. More importantly, the fact that this is coming from the security and the military side of the Israeli government, meaning Gantz as the Minister of Defense and War in Israel, meaning that the issue is really to be understood within the military security type of coordinations and not rooted in any effort to end the current occupation or to be a future foretelling for a peace negotiations to be opened up.
Right, and when Prime Minister Naftali Bennett's term ends and Yair Lapid takes over, do you expect to see any change at all?
I think Israel have accepted to be in a managed chaos and a managed occupation, as long as it does not affect the Israeli population in 1948. They continue to do this dance back and forth. The settlement activity continues. So I don't expect much change to come forth, even with the change of the Prime Minister's office. I think Israel's political elite have accepted to have a stalemate with the divided Palestinian House. They continue to actually have their cake and eat it relative to the occupation.
All right, we'll leave it there. Hatem Bazian joining us from Berkeley, California. Thank you.